Yes, okay. The 4th, maybe? May the 4th be with you and also with you. No, how many freaking TikTok lives have I done today? I believe the official count is a wicked lot. I'm just going to check here. Today is the 12th. Okay. I did 4. This is my 4th TikTok live of the day, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here because TikTok has not gone away yet. TikTok's not gone away. If it goes away, I will tell you where to follow me. But it is still here. Debbie Hummel, hello. And Kim Christensen, nice to see you. And Miss Julie, look at me, I'm doing my little romper room daily. Can you tell I'm like halfway into my pajamas? Halfway, did you hear that? It was totally my Boston coming through. I seriously, this is going to sound like so old lady-y of me. Kim, nice to see you. And Vicky and Stacy and Tracy and Sylvia. 80s girl forever. And Mars, so a couple of familiar names from a couple hours ago, huh? Good stuff. Sweets from the heart. Nice to see you. Yay. Uh-huh. Yes. So good stuff, people. I am not giving up on TikTok. It may go dark. Here's the deal. I just saw TikTok right before this. I will share this. I'm not giving up. I am not giving in. I just don't know what to do. Me, I would have no idea. Like, somebody tell me what to do to help TikTok still do its thing, and I'm there. But right now I'm doing what I can do. I am not giving up. I am not saying goodbye. I'm saying, hey, people, I've got a life raft. If you want to follow me, I'm going to be over here. Okay? So, good evening, Radical Gal. All right? Now, Betty Chavez is saying, love you coming on here often. I will tell you, this is not sustainable for me. This is working out this week, but in the long run, this would not be a good thing. But in the short term, if this is all the time we have together, and it was last TikTok Live that I sang the Carol Burnett theme song, so I will not re-sing that again. However, I'm going to do my darndest to make sure that I hang out with you as much as possible on TikTok while we have it. And also, frankly, this is why I'm kind of, quote, up so late. I feel like an old person because I feel like I'm like up past my bedtime. I don't know. Is Lawrence Welk already done with? Is that the deal? Is I want to make sure that people who are on TikTok that are struggling with clutter that I just hadn't run into yet know that there is help for you if you are decluttered. Farm Girl, is this your 4th time today? 4th for me too. You know, Irish Pink Milo, it has been forever. Oh, you follow me. We're together forever. Yes, follow me. If you follow me, I will follow you. Now I've got Peter Gabriel going through my head. Yeah, Mars, do not have to worry about the theme song performance. It could have been auto-tuned. I totally will give that to you. But I have already, just so you all know, I have already uploaded that TikTok live recording to YouTube. So, yes, I rarely, if ever, do nighttime TikTok lives because I'm an early bird. I've been up since like 7 o'clock this morning, Eastern Coastal Time. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Irish Pink Milo knows I'm doing my little ghastly Mr. Astley. Very cool. Okay, so here I am for you. Rachel, don't know why you can hear me. Tommy can hear me. All right, Penny, going to sleep now. Lucky duck, but planning to join the gang tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. I will. I am hoping you get good stuff. Actually, you know what? And don't you know I would move heaven and earth. Mars, purged and packed holiday stuff since the earlier live. This is motivating. Good. I am so glad this is helping you. Now, as I said, long term, I probably wouldn't be able to do it this much. But if this is the only time we have together on TikTok, I'm gonna take the time on TikTok. Okay, Leslie M saying new follower here. Hey, Leslie, my name is Beth. I am what I like to call a decluttering life coach, and I'm here for as long as TikTok is here, but elsewhere and everywhere I'm going, I did some nice kind of like consistent branding. Destination Decluttered. DestinationDecluttered.com, all one word with the .com at the end. And I do that because of thinking of things like a road trip, like a car. It's a language we all know. It's a language we all understand. You can feel it all over. It's a language we all understand. Talking about cars, running into roadblocks, not knowing where you're going, running out of gas, getting a flat tire, feeling stuck, spinning your wheels. We already use so many car driver references that I just decided to run with it. Okay, so this is what I do. Leslie, usually, so I'm East Coast. I am outside of Philly. I guess I should check if the Eagles won. I think they did. I'm outside of Philly on the East Coast, so it's 9:05 in the evening for me, but typically I am on early in the morning because I am what I like to call an East Coast early bird. But again, here I am now because in case there are people who happen to be on TikTok at night, I just want to let you know that there is help out there if you're struggling with clutter, okay? Mars is saying the Eagles won. Go Birds. Thank you. They did win. Okay, good to know. I didn't hear anybody going boo. Oh, hey, Carla Jane, nice to see you. And did I just see somebody? And Judy? Okay, yeah, Judy, I'm still awake. Erin, nice to see you. Erin, I hope your team won. I believe the team that is close to me geographically ran as well, or won as well, whatever those teams do, you know. I love it. Gossamer Wing says, I did some good organizing around the holidays. Still a ways to go, though. Okay, wonderful. Oh, interesting. 80s Girl Forever is telling me that Rick Astley song was released, and I'm cringy a bit, 38 years ago today. Together, together, forever. Reminds me of working at Pier 1 Imports somehow. I'm afraid to do that math. Yeah, we are reunited and it feels so good. Okay, teacher, nice to see you. Cleaned off your dining room table. Rock on, my friend. Annie 62. Okay, Annie 62 is saying decluttering is hard when you have ADHD. Or excuse me, decluttering when you have ADHD is hard. This is why I don't show up at night because my brain is already like, hey, this is when you're supposed to be scrolling on TikTok, not creating content. Annie, I know what it's like to have ADHD. I know I have a bit of it myself, though I am totally self-diagnosed, but I'm also self-diagnosed because I look around my family and I have diagnosed and treated and undiagnosed and treated and all the flavors in between. I know it isn't as easy as it might be for those boring, regular, neurotypical people, but it doesn't have to be a death sentence. It doesn't have to be so bad. I make it fun. Hang out with me a bit if you like what I do. Maybe you'll get some tips that can help you. One of the things I find about decluttering ADHD people is we don't see what's in it for us. We're not particularly initially motivated to do it. We need to have justification to why to do it, kind of rev up the dopamine a bit. So that's why I like to make it fun and chunk it down. Play games, do some fun stuff, congratulate ourselves for every little thing we do is magic, and also forgive ourselves very easily for the things that we didn't do, okay? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Yay, good people. All righty. All right, good stuff. Somebody's in Connecticut. I miss Pier 1. Yes, we used to call it walking in a wicker wonderland. Yes, I will say this, Nancy Bear, have you seen Rick Astley recently? He has aged pretty well. He has. I saw him recently. I've seen him on the TikTok. Again, I speak like a 95-year-old woman, you know. Now, this is interesting. User 1963 says, I couldn't find you at 6 p.m. and I didn't get a notice. Interesting. I was here. There's a recording to prove it. The recording has already been uploaded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. There we go. And I love it. I love it. Irish Pink Milo is taking your cats to bed. I'll send you an inbox in the gram tomorrow. TTYL. Again, I'm right there with you. As soon as this is over, I've already brushed my teeth, pretty much pajamaed up, and I'm going to head into bed, and I'll frankly probably scroll on TikTok for a while. Yes, 80s Girl Forever. Hard to believe your 40th high school reunion is in 2 years. Mine was last year. Yeah, mine was last year. I did not go, but it was last year. All right, Kara has mission accomplished. She's frozen in the unheated garage. Took pictures for MP, I'm assuming that's Marketplace, vacuumed, posted a TikTok of which I saw and followed you on YouTube, and now it's couch time. Yay. Hey, very cool. Diane is saying, hey, Beth, I recently decluttered a whole tote of 20 years of paperwork with your motivation. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Now, here's fun. Here's something fun. You know what? Judy is saying, I had someone stop in at 5:55 and I was like, dang, I'm going to miss doing laundry with Beth. I did laundry. Some of us did laundry. So I offer to you, where I am, I'll be honest with you, it is a little bit late. I am not going to do anything right now except hang out with you, enjoy my time on TikTok, and then go crawl into bed and then enjoy my time scrolling on TikTok, because that's what I do for fun. However, if you're in an earlier time zone and you feel like it, if you want to declutter while I'm chatting, I don't take offense to it. If anything, I hope our folks here, we are encouraging to help you overcome that inertia and to take action and do even just a smidgy whizzers and a tiny little bit of decluttering can cue the Chuck Mangione. It can feel so good. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da 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 ba 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 da. Don't worry, I won't sing the whole song because you probably know it already, right? I know. Destination Decluttered Marathon. So fun. Yes, I am being a marathon bar this week. Not so much next week, even if TikTok is here. Let me be very clear. Even if TikTok does survive next weekend, I will not be here. I will be elsewhere. I am taking myself off the digital grid as I do on occasion. But my hope is that somebody at the very last minute will swoop in and save TikTok for us US people. But if not, I'm using the time I have now. I will not obey in advance. I am not lamenting the end of TikTok, but what I'm realizing is TikTok, like everything on the planet, may have a shelf life. And if I can see that shelf life is, I'm here on Sunday, and that shelf life is next Sunday, you're going to bet your sweet bippy that I am going to show up as much as I can doing the thing that I have enjoyed so much for the past couple of years, which is to show up on TikTok Live, to connect with people who get my jokes, who we have something in common with. If I can help people with these skills that I have, I can share my knowledge of not just random pop culture, but I can share my knowledge of how to get unstuck and decluttered. I can share that talking to yourself nicely and chunking things down and calming down your nervous system can do wonders. I know this for a fact because I have been doing this maybe just only for the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but man, oh man, Shevitz, has it made a difference in my life. So I show up to encourage you. And if I have time to do it, look at me. I printed out the thing from the secret place where the people on the mailing list will know when the schedule is. 6 p.m., check. 9 p.m., check. Oh, look. Now I'm going to be coy here. I'm not going to show you the schedule because I want you to want me. I want you, if you want to sign up for the mailing list so you get all the good stuff, and then we can still be connected even if TikTok, which connects us, goes bye-bye. Okay? So if you do want to sign up for my mailing list, I have a website. My website is called destinationdecluttered, all one word.com. And scroll down to the bottom of the front page, put in your email address, promise me you're not a robot or a zombie, and boom, you get an automatic welcome email. In that email is a link to a page that has the schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday TikTok Lives. I have 2, 3, wow, really? I'm doing math. Hold on, doing math. I have 18, count them, 18 TikTok Lives scheduled, hour-long TikTok Lives scheduled for this week so that we have as much opportunity to hang out together, all right? We will not let the turkeys get us down, you know? Chris Starr is laying out clothes and stuff for the work in the morning. Wonderful. I kind of did the same. I road mapped my day for tomorrow. Yeah, Carla is saying, Beth, can you tell us how we can help spread the word before TikTok goes? Now, I'm not sure if spread the word about Destination Decluttered. I don't know. It depends on who you're connected with. The last thing I would want you to do is bug people when they don't want to be bugged. I guess I would say listen to the people you know, both in person and on the internet. And if you hear somebody struggling with clutter, you can offer up, hey, I know somebody who helps with this type of stuff, okay? Don't push on anybody. That to me is not cool. But if you hear that somebody could use some help, offer me up, okay? There we go. Yeah, can you imagine Stacey Babbage? Yeah, and holy guacamole is right, Kara. You know, I just decided to. I had the bandwidth. I actually did cut down the number of consultations on my calendar in order for this to happen. But seriously, if this is all the time we have together, I want to make the most of it. I don't want to be like, oh, whoa, it's going to be so sad. I hear people doing that, and I get it. I was lamenting the loss of TikTok, but it's still here for another few days, people. Okay? So also, I encourage you, if you see somebody's name in the comments here as we're scrolling for the next 45 minutes or so, and you have connected before, maybe reach out to them via DM. You know, maybe say, hey, you, nice to meet you. I'm so glad we had this time together. This is totally why I keep on singing the Carol Burnett theme song. And thank you for the people at the 6 o'clock TikTok Live for reminding me that that was the Carol Burnett theme song. I pretty much knew it because I freaking loved that show when it was on, even though I was a kid. But here's something I want to offer to you. Comrade, nice to see you, and thank you for the microphone. I told my husband to get me a Mr. Microphone, or at least an orange windscreen. I may not have the time to use it. But anyhow. Okay, here's the thing. 80s Girl Forever is saying, even though I'm on the West Coast, I may try to push myself for this 1 week at 4 a.m. my time. 80s Girl Forever, I love the sentiment. I am honored that you would think of getting out of bed at 4 a.m. because I show up. But let me reassure you. You can totally stay in bed at 4 a.m. I will not take offense. The best thing you can do to make your decluttering easier is probably get some sleep. Because when we feel better, we do better, okay? I mean, if you wake up anyway, I wake up early sometimes and I can't get back to bed. So if you organically wake up at 4 a.m. and I happen to be here, chef's kiss. Go for it. But please, everybody here, take care of yourself. Yourself, your mental health self, your physical health self, your spiritual self, your neurological self, your electric, your feels. Take care of yourself. When you take care of all that's from your skin within, you will feel better, and that will make things easier to do. Okay? I hope. Oh, there you go. Christine just offered. Maybe repost your favorite Beth TikTok posts in your TikTok feed. Didn't even think, but there we go. Sorry, Bonnie Esther. Now, I didn't know if she had one correct ear or not, and you can tell I wasn't even wearing earrings today. Hey, here's a fun thing. Jessie, this happened to me earlier this week. I did like 4 or 5 videos of me going through photo albums from 40 years ago. So Jessie, let me help you. Jessie is saying, I started decluttering today and ended up buried in 30 years worth of pictures and memories. Now, the funny thing is, it would be, were you really buried? Was it really that much, or did it just feel that way? Now, I know this is what I call the backseat driver voice. Your backseat driver who's the drama queen. We all have it, don't worry. What I want to offer to you is you might have possibly started, let me rephrase this. You definitely started with the most difficult category of clutter. So do not be surprised if you felt overwhelmed and exhausted because you started with what I call sentimental clutter. When I say sentimental clutter, my hands go to my heart because that is the stuff that causes you to feel feelings. I went through 2 photo albums from like 40 years ago, and I definitely felt it. I was kind of beat afterwards. Let me share this with you, though, okay? There are 2 easier levels of clutter to start with. Everybody everybody. Okay? There are 3 layers of clutter. The way I look at it, the way I process it, the way I describe it, the way I coach about it. 3 layers. Easiest to most difficult. Easiest is surface clutter. Stuff on the surface. Kitchen table, floors, whatever horizontal surface you have that has clutter on it. That's usually the easy stuff because that's like the most recent things. Or not. But it's the stuff that's on the surface. The next layer down is stored clutter. Know how I'm making this easy? Surface, stored, they both begin with S. Stored clutter is the stuff that is in drawers and behind doors. So if it is contained clutter, it is stored. And that is stuff that you need to determine how much you want. Do you want it at all? If I want, which ones do I want? So there's that. The stored clutter is really where the decision making begins. Now, stored clutter is, for the most part, fairly short stories. There's not a lot of stories with things like that. Oh, this is a mug I bought on Etsy. Oh, that's the silverware. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not coming up with the best of answers because this is my 4th TikTok live and it's past my bedtime. The third and most difficult, and I say difficult in the fact that it makes you feel feelings, and feeling feelings empties your gas tank. The third layer is sentimental clutter. So surface, stored, sentimental. Okay? So, Jesse, you might have thought you were doing a good thing starting with the sentimental. But if you have surface clutter and stored clutter, what I recommend for you and for everybody, start with the easy stuff first. Build your muscle. Start with the light weights first. You don't go to the Y and suddenly go over to the barbells and pick up like a quadrillion pounds, do you? No. You be like working out with weights. What was her name? Rachel something or other? She married to Rod Stewart, Sports Illustrated. This is what my head is cluttered with, okay? But I like the pop culture clutter in my head, so I bring it out and share it with you for a smile, okay? So, start small so that you get used to starting, okay? Start easy, start small, just start, okay? Now, here's what's going to happen. I am going to try to scroll through and try to answer people's questions in chronological order. This is one thing I will not miss about TikTok. It doesn't allow me to do that. Every time I try to scroll, it immediately goes to the most recent comment. But sometimes that's out of context. So I'm going to back up here. And here we go. Okay, people are talking about TikTok. Yeah, I'm not going to be, YouTube and emails, totally. I am currently, just so people are clear, up until this week, I had active properties, let's say, on Instagram and Facebook. I've been on Facebook for 15, 16 years and on multiple pages. And same thing with Instagram, about that long, and I have 3 pages there. And I had one for Destination Decluttered. No more. No more. I will be sunsetting those. I will say this, I did see an uptick today on people following me on Instagram. I will be very clear with those people that I'm not going to be there that long. And I will tell you why I'm not going to be there. Because I think it's important to know facts. I think it's important to call out liars. And I also feel it's really important to show people that treat people with disrespect that there's this, that I don't want to hang out with people like that. Okay? So, Linda, I may be missed here, but I'm not disappearing. Doodaloo, doodaloo. I'm going to still here. All right? Okay. All right, here we go. I love it. Such a good connection. User 6242. I did not say what time tomorrow morning. I didn't. Go to the secret page and see all the pages. See all the freaking times that I added to this week, just this morning. Yeah, Pop-Tart Mama. I've worked a wicked lot this weekend. You know what? Here's the funny thing. This doesn't feel like work to me. I enjoy it, and yes, it is part of my job, I guess. But I enjoy this, and this is important to me, to show up for you. And so, yeah, I am totally, I guess, working overtime. Sense is working overtime, but it doesn't feel like work. What this is to me is I'm connecting with people who I get along with. And I am keep putting myself out here for people who might not even know that I've been on TikTok for the last 2.5 years, because I'm usually like working first shift and you're working second and third shift. Okay? Yeah, Beth After Dark. Yes, I am totally pacing myself, that one persona. I coach myself like I coach my clients. And here's what I do is I have scheduled multiple TikTok lives, but I will share with you that I have space in between them for recovery and life. So I encourage you to do that with everything you do. Schedule some stuff, schedule some downtime. Schedule some stuff, schedule some downtime. The pace with which you do things and allow yourself to recover. I learned this the hard way. When I very first started doing stuff, I stacked up coaching and consultations and TikTok lives, chock-a-block full. I didn't even schedule time to pee. And then I'd be on a TikTok live going, oh my God, I gotta pee. Okay? But thank you for thinking of me. You know what? Thank you for caring that I'm taking care of myself. I am totally taking care of myself. All right? Okay, Kit Kat's so cool. I have to pack for the fires in California, and I have too many photos. I want to cry. Hun, remember, and I know this sounds harsh, but I just want to ease your pain. Even if you lose the photos, you will not lose the people. The people live in your heart. The memories are in your head and your heart and your body. You will take those with you even if you can't take all the photos. Okay? But use this unfortunate accident, this unfortunate situation, everybody, to start your decluttering sooner than later. Do not wait for a crisis situation and kick yourself that you started later. Okay? Started sooner rather than later. Okay? It sucks. It truly does. People have lost their stuff and they've lost their houses. Luckily, they still have their lives, their limbs, hopefully their pets and friends. Those are the things that truly matter. Stuff, you can live without stuff. Okay? Hun, yes. Okay? And that one persona, Kit Kat, that one persona sending you a hug. We're sending good vibes here. We are a good vibe kind of gang here. That's why the TROLLS do not even mess with us, because we shoo them away. And we take care of our people. Okay? Yes. And there we go. Whoops. It was zooped ahead. Danielle finished all the dishes. Thank you. I'm so glad you did. So glad you did. Okay? Yay. Yay, good people. Okay. No, I didn't say the time, because here's one of my real motivations. I'll be completely transparent because there's nothing to be obscure about it. If TikTok goes down, if you want to still hang out with me, I want to still hang out with you. If you be me for a while and I'll be you, replacements. The best, 100% best way to keep in touch with me is on the mailing list. Get on the mailing list, because then here's how it will work. You'll be on the mailing list. I'll be trying to figure out where we're going to meet. Maybe it's going to be on Zoom. Maybe it's going to be on YouTube. Maybe it's going to be on Neptune. Maybe it's going to be on Clapper. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be in my front yard, for crying out loud. Wherever we are going to meet, I can then email you to say, we're going to be over here this week. I'm going to be here on this time of day. That's the best way. I could tell you YouTube right now, and then something else could happen and I could be somewhere else. So please, I am here to just reach out to you or make myself known to say, if you're struggling with clutter and I've helped you, or you think I'm going to help you, it can't hurt to get on my mailing list. I send very few emails, but what I send, I endeavor to be quality. I don't schedule and like make them all like robotic, those caring, robotic, kind of AI-driven emails, I don't do that. Every email is written by me. You'll notice because I make mistakes. But they show up when I say, I've got something cool to share and I want to share it with you. Okay? So, taking care of business. I see that one persona. You guys are totally going to be baiting me into goofing on songs, huh? All right. Leslie M says, I'm waiting for my welcome email to join the next live. So let me double check here. Boopity boop. Because a bunch of people have signed up. You should get it fairly automatically. If it doesn't immediately pop up into your email box, check your spam filter. It's going to come from beth@destinationdecluttered.com. That's my website. That's my email address. It's me. So look for that. See if it helps. And if you don't get it, if for some reason you don't get it, I know sometimes, for example, people have thought they have typed in their right email address. It happened earlier today, and somebody forgot the last letter. So if you don't get it, email me directly. I will look at it. Maybe not tonight because I'm going to bed, but tomorrow morning before I start TikTok lives and coaching and all that kind of stuff, email me at beth@destinationdecluttered.com and be like, hey, I signed up with this email address, but I don't see the email. I can then go behind the scenes in my email provider and figure out what's going on. And they are really good, so do not worry. All right? I love that user 616440 is working while listening, and thank you for being generous with your time. You're welcome. And here's a fun thing. Erin, nice to see you. Erin is saying, I learned the hard way too. I grew up thinking I didn't deserve downtime, that it was lazy. Backseat drivers can sometimes be real people. Taking care of yourself is imperative. Erin says, I had to meet Beth to learn that I deserve downtime. Think about it like a car, okay? You would never drive your car when it is empty. You would go and fill your tank. If your engine was overheating, you would wait for it to cool down. If your engine was broken, you'd get it fixed. So the people that try to treat you like a machine, it's kind of crazy because they wouldn't even treat a machine like that. People are strange. When you're a stranger, people are weird. People have their hang-ups. You do not have to have their hang-ups. As I almost said Mike Bowles, that's my friend. As Mike Nesmith from the Monkees once wisely said, that's your hang-up, man. Doesn't have to be mine. Okay? There. All right. I love it. Kim's making some cupcakes. I love it. Okay. Susan says, dumb question. Where do I send my email? Beth@destinationdecluttered.com. And look, Leslie just got the email. Trust that the good things are going to happen. And if they don't, do not be afraid to ask for help. Okay? So, stuff rhymes with fluff. You can tell I'm tired because I'm trying to think of like the Fluffernutter if they had a logo or a jingle. And literally, you guys, you know what came to mind? I am stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on me. Yeah. Too funny. Yay. Carla Jane just is doing laundry. I did laundry. You did laundry? Yay. Laundry. Just printed my new Beth schedule on the secret page. Yeah. I love it. User 8274 says you're my favorite TikTok creator. Well, you know what? How about I just be your favorite creator and I can be your favorite creator wherever we show up. Sound good? Sound good. Yeah. See, Erin, sending good vibes to Kit Kat. So cool. Pack what you can. Keep yourself safe. Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoy being here, you guys. Maybe that's why it's so good. They used to say, like, I used to collect old, like, hostess books, like not hostess cupcakes, but like being party books, because for a while there, I was throwing some killer parties and I loved that vintage stuff. And they would say, which is so true, they didn't say work on your vibe. It was like, Betty Crocker from 1957, but it was like, feel good as a hostess. Like the people at your party will pick up on the vibe of the hostess. If you're nervous and running around and freaking out, that's going to send a certain energy. Now, I have learned to be comfortable over these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. that I have shown up with makeup and different glasses, walking around with my coat on, in my pajamas, out on the patio, in the snow. I have shown up and I have gotten comfortable with just being who I am. I started out feeling uncomfortable and trying to be what I thought I was supposed to be. But I'm comfortable here and I enjoy it. And maybe that's what you feel. And this is how I coach too. Anybody here, and I know there are people here who are my one-on-one clients, both current and, everybody's always a client. I never want to say ex-client or whatever. But you know that I don't show up any differently in coaching. The only difference is there aren't 125 other people in the room. It's just you and me, And hey, I love that. Yeah, that one persona. I love it when I hear people sharing my mantras. Can't hurt, might help. I say that to me often, And I love it. Carla Jane is writing her plans for the week and getting my notes ready when we meet on Wednesday. Yay. And hanging with my family here. I wish I could meet you sweet folks. Isn't this a cool thing that we get to do, though? We get to use the technology of our day to connect with and communicate with people we may never meet in person. I remember doing this back when I was in high school in the 80s and having pen pals. That was the technology of the day, and I got to connect with people from all over the world. Everybody got the word, and that was fun. Connecting with like minds is a wonderful feeling for a human being. We are animals that way. We are pack animals. I like being alone, but that's only because I know I also have a crew. So we can spend time alone. Sometimes we need to, but not all alone, not totally all alone. Okay? But notice how good it feels to connect. So let's maintain that connection. Okay? I love it. Danielle says, I made a sticky note for my desk that says, have fun, get it done, enjoy the journey. There we go. I love it. I love this. Jenny is saying, which I think is great. This is a good idea. So Jenny, thanks for sharing it with people. To declutter my skincare and makeup, I've been trying out my products to determine what I actually want. Yes. If you don't remember why you haven't been using something, try it. You like it. Try it. You may like it. Try it. You may remember why you didn't use it. Okay? Now, I love this. Erin says, I love having this little pack to hang out with while I clean the kitchen and fold the laundry. I folded laundry earlier today, and I was thinking of you guys. Now, because I'm kind of being the hostess, I also cannot do the folding and stuff because I want to do a good job at both. This is a lesson I learned sadly on my own wedding day, that I couldn't be the caterer and the bride at the same time. But totally feel free to putter and declutter. That's another one. Just putter around and do some decluttering. I'm only going to be on here tonight for another 22 minutes. So if you feel like it, that's the other thing. If you feel like it, you can putter and declutter. If all you can do right now is sit there and just have TikTok wash all over you and listen and interact and have some fun, that is important for your soul too. Okay? Yeah. Aw. And Carla Jane says, it feels like incredible family here. I have texted, messaged, and even checked in with. Makes me feel so much less alone. Yeah, when I truly am. No extended family. Yes, this is what I call both here with my different crews. I call this my family of choice. It's not my blood family. It's my family of choice. You choose to connect with these people. Trust me, some of my family of blood, I would choose not to hang out with them. Maybe you do too. But you choose to hang out here. And there's something about what we do here and how we talk and what's going on. There's some sort of cool stuff going on that makes us want to hang out. That's why I'm showing up to just let people know that you can still hang out with me even if TikTok goes dark. Okay? Now, Gen X says, just found stuffed animals from my youth. Gonna toss them. How to get over the memories. What I would do is this. I would not get over them. I would feel the memories and allow that to absorb, and then feel the good memories, absorb the good memories, let the sad ones pass. Give those Give those guys a hug. Give them a kiss on the head. Thank them for taking care of you when you were a little kid. I get a teddy bear in the other room. 1986 I got him. I won him at Filene's. His name is Felix. I am not kidding when I say I may want to be buried with him. I give him a hug every day. He keeps me company when my husband is away on gigs. I will never give him away. However, I have also had other stuffed animals that I've said, hey, little kitty, or are you a pup? I don't know, but it's time for you to go. And I give him a kiss, and I gently put him in a bag, and I say thank you, and they say, I get it. Okay? So, you could take a picture of him if you want to. Yep. But remember, it's okay to let go of stuff. Okay? Yeah. Haha. Now this is interesting. Stacy says, wow, I didn't think I had anything left in the tank and have worked 40 minutes listening to you. Notice how much easier it can be to do stuff when you've got a kind voice in your head, in your ear. When you have a kind voice in your head, you get a good feeling in your heart. And with a good feeling in your head and a heart, you tend to do some good things. Okay? Now, that's funny. 80s Girl Forever says, just like Rose's Bear Fernando and the Golden Girls. I haven't seen that episode. I may need to. Mevans is offering a blessed night. I hope you do. You know, Sweet Rain, Cynthia is organizing her closet. Rachel says, how will I know if you got my email? Because I will email you back. Okay? Here, let me check right now. No time like the present. You know? What do we got? What do we have here? I'm going to back up. Take a picture of the stuffed animals. Yep. Such good stuff here. All right. Good things. Okay. I have not received any emails within the past few moments at Beth at Destination Decluttered. Decluttered, past tense. Destination Decluttered. Literally, actually, you know what you can do is you can totally look at my homepage here on TikTok. You'll see how it's spelled out. Okay. There we go. Such good stuff. Yeah. You've even shown up on vacation. You're right. I have. You know what? Oh, I love it. Powder Reamer is untangling yarn. So fun. Sunshine Daydream, spontaneously. I love spontaneity. Decluttered and cleaned a whole bookcase while listening. Yes. Notice the things that you can do when you're feeling good. Now I Sing For You Now says, I'm a musician and a dramatic arts. That recorder's a hoarder file. Well, here's a fun thing. I sing for you now. I will sing for you now, and it will be of poor quality, but it may happen. I am married to a professional musician. We have been married over 20 years, 22 years this week. Yeah, this year. I'm not going to do the math. It's late. Regardless, I know what it's like to want to keep things because you might use them someday. Music that you learned for a gig, set lists, like musical equipment, all those types of things. What I want to offer to you is, this is what I have helped my husband with, so maybe this will help you, is really get curious about what you think you're going to need to keep and find a home for those items. Categorize them, however, okay? Categorize them. Make different categories. These are set lists. These are my set lists. These are set lists when I played with somebody else. Here's some sheet music of when I had to learn that music. Here are some lyric sheets that I needed to learn that song. Each one of those is technically probably an 8.5 by 11 piece of printed paper, but each one of them serves a different function. When you categorize things, and notice I'm talking about like specific categories for a musician, this same thing applies to all of y'all, okay? All 129 of you. You have things that fall under certain categories. You have multiples of things that fall under certain categories. T-shirts, socks, spatulas, okay? When you categorize your things, it makes it easier to make decisions on what you keep, where you keep it, how you store it, okay? So I say to everybody, categorize. If you have stuff mixed up and it's all kind of messy like a junk drawer, dump out the junk drawer, sort things into categories. Whatever categories make sense to you. Then pick one of those piles, chunk it down. In this one category, do I really need this stuff? Now, my husband, I know for a stone cold fact, keeps more papers than he ever will need. He inevitably will, much like somebody said earlier about buying new clothes as opposed to using the ones you have, he will inevitably find it easier to print out whatever he needs versus going to dig for it again. However, he does have an entire piano bench full with paper. Now, I don't mind that because it's hidden and it's quasi-organized. However, your mileage may vary. So see what you have and ask yourself without judgment and with curiosity. Do I really need those lyrics? Will I ever need to sing that song again? If the answer is no, maybe you recycle them. If the answer is yes, maybe you keep it. And if the answer is I don't know, maybe you err on the side of keeping it, but you set yourself a timer of 6 months and maybe you go through that category again, or a year or 40 years, however long, and you say, did I use this in the past year or so? Okay? I hope that helps. Okay? I just laughed because, Judy, you and I have been hanging around a lot today, you know? Here we go. Yeah. Damn it, Donna says most artists have super sensitive souls. The super sensitive souls, I remember that band, and love to keep everything. My daughter is an artist because we may think we use it someday. Now, Judy, this is great because Judy says, after reading people write, they made their schedule. I got out of bed and did it too. Judy, you just did something really awesome for tomorrow, Judy. Tomorrow, Judy is going to thank you for that. And even when you go to bed tonight, you're going to feel good. Maybe you're already in bed. You're going to feel good that you have a roadmap that's going to get you from 6 a.m. tomorrow to 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 p.m. tomorrow, or however long, wherever you wake up, you have a roadmap of stuff you can do and when you're going to do it. Okay? So, yeah. Good stuff, Judy. All right? Now, this is interesting because there's back and forths about the creative people that are minimalists and maximalists and savers and whatever. We all are on a spectrum of something. Taste the rainbow. Some people keep everything. Some people keep very little. It's whatever feels comfortable to you. Okay? Yep. So, do not judge people, but say, what is what I'm doing giving me what I want? You know? Carla Jane is writing her list now. You're so stoked. And you know the next step. Take a list and put it in your calendar. Very cool stuff. Yeah. No, I love this. Damn it, Donna says, I can so relate. I have one who's super sensitive and one who is very barky. Too fun. I think my whole family is super sensitive. And it just shows up different ways. Notice that everybody is wired differently, including you. So what are the things that inspire you? What are the things that make you feel bad? I used to be, and I may still be, when somebody yells at me, the tears used to almost spring out of my eyes. I would cry. That still may be my default physical reaction, but it's quickly followed with a flipping of the bird and saying, don't do that. Do not yell at me. You will not get the result you want. You know? I know that being barky doesn't work for me. There are barky coaches on TikTok. They don't resonate with me. I don't like how they approach things. So I show up the way that would help me, which is kindness and patience and non-judgment and curiosity and fun and a good time every time you made a payment and doing it so you don't hurt yourself, so you show up again the next day. Okay? So that's what I do, and maybe that resonates with you. If it does, get on my mailing list. You know, that's what I'm going to be saying for the next week. You guys know that, though, right? Carla, pardon me. Pardon me for being rude. Hey, Lorgan Voorhees. Howdy, friend. I've spent the day working on addressing New Year's cards by hand, defying procrastination. I love it. That's awesome. It is never too late to send a New Year's card. Carla is saying, finding this community, I have seen people be so upset with parents that threw it all away. And Carla's got the opposite. I deal with a mother that never did. So yeah, we're all on a spectrum. Some people got it all thrown away and they don't like it. Some people got it all saved and they don't like it. What we're looking for is that just right feeling for us. Okay? That just right feeling. Now, Power Dreamer, I make great lists and get unmotivated to follow through. I can help you with that. Because you know what? I make a kick-ass list. I was looking at my list today. I have so many lists, but I get stuff done from my lists. And I love that feeling. So I would get curious. A list is a great start, but a list is not a map. A house is not a home. When you put your list items into a calendar, that's how you get stuff done. So get curious what happens when you put your items on a list into a calendar. Now, again, I was talking about this earlier when people were getting afraid that I'm going to show up too much for TikToks and burn myself out. I've learned from my mistakes. I do things differently now. I make sure there is space in between. I chunk things down. I don't expect to get an entire thing done someday if it's really big, but I start with a chunk. I get that done. I feel good about it. So Power Dreamer, just notice that you have a good start. There are just some, skills that you either don't have, and again, not judgy. Skills that you don't have that you could learn and practice so that you have them. There are plenty of skills I don't have, but ones that I want to have, I go and learn them and I practice them, and then the more I practice them, the more I have them. Okay? And I love it, Therapy Gal Sue, mapping out my week in my calendar, taking some off to keep it realistic and doable. Yes. Do not overpromise and underprovide. Set the bar low, and anything you do above the low bar is going to feel like you're kicking ass. Okay? I love it. And yes, user 8274 is saying, I'm writing down the times of all your lives this week so I don't miss any. Cool. Show up for as many as you want, but don't kill yourself to show up. There will be time after next week here on TikTok, if it gets saved, or somewhere else, where we can all continue this journey together. Okay? So, please, everybody, start small, but just start. All right? That's what I say. Yep, add them to your calendar. Good idea. You know? All right, what do we got going here? We only got 7 minutes. Time flies, huh? Time flies when you are having fun. We are having fun. All right. So, Sweet Rain, I need to decide what to do with my grandma's old china passed down. Here's a funny thing. This is totally random. As I was scrolling on TikTok today, and I've done very little of it. I'm going to make up for it in like 11 minutes. So you're going to probably see me commenting on stuff. Somebody put their china in a swimming pool to save it from the fires in California. Now, here's the thing. Grandma's old china. Grandma's old china meant something to her. But you don't really know what it meant to her. It might have meant something of a great deal. Technically, I've been thinking about this a lot lately about my grandma's china. I don't really know if she liked it, if she loved it, if she bought it, or the fact that she worked for Jones McDuffie, which was a china importer in the 20s and 30s. Maybe she got it on cheap. I worked for Mikasa. This is so funny. I just realized how my grandmother and my great aunt worked for like a home dishes place. I carried that on. I worked for Pier 1 and Mikasa. Now, I have some Mikasa stuff, like my silverware. Did I keep it because I loved it? No, I got it wicked cheap, but I still like it. The stuff that was owned by somebody else meant the most to them. It drops off precipitously when it goes to the other generation. So do not feel bad. Do not make yourself feel bad if you happen to not care for your grandmother's china. That's 2 generations away. It does not mean you didn't love your grandmother just because you don't like her dishes, okay? And china, if you Google it, that era of everybody having the fancy china, everybody in our generation, many people are struggling with that, okay? You know? Here's a fun thing. Number your tasks, roll the dice to select a task. I'm totally swiping this from somebody else. This is not my idea, but somebody else was talking to me about it, is make a bingo card. Don't put it in a hierarchical order. Allow yourself to pick and choose what you do on a grid. You know? Hey, you know what? Erin, I'm glad this is helping you. Thank you for letting me know. Because Erin is saying, thank you for doing this late session. I cleaned the kitchen and folded the laundry. Without this, I would have just sat down on the couch. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I got much more stuff done today because I knew I had to be awake and alert to do my TikTok live. So who knows? Who knows? It is possible that we had such a good time right now that I might, after next week, incorporate more kind of late night TikTok lives. This was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I showed up. I tried. I experimented. And it looks like it seems help. You know? Seems like it's helping people. Okay? There we go. Good stuff. Yeah. Mommy Salami. Can setting the bar low lead to less than desirable behavior? I don't think so. It gets you started. Beth After Dark. I love that. I feel like, what was that? The lady on, not Kiss 108, what was it? Magic 105? Delilah. That was it. Delilah. Christine, of course you're loving this. You're West Coast. Yeah, but this is cool. This is fun. Okay? And perhaps there will be more Beth After Dark. And here's a wonderful thing. Think about it. If TikTok didn't go away, and it still hasn't, we're still here, people, okay? I never would have showed up outside of my usual time to make sure I hung out with you guys. Now, I am going to show up every night this week, sometime. I'm looking. If you want to know when, sign up for the mailing list, get the schedule. It's as easy as that. Okay? Here's a fun thing. Danielle says, what does your husband think of all the lives? You're doing well. He misses you. He's not even home today. This is what made today easy and tomorrow too. He's down in Baltimore. He did a gig this afternoon and he's doing some songwriting and hanging out with some friends tonight and tomorrow. He'll be home tomorrow night. And I says to him, I've got TikTok lives. But the cool thing is, he's got stuff to do too. We have a wonderful relationship. I do my stuff, he does his stuff, and we also have fun together. He also encourages me. He celebrates. He shows off how well I do to his friends, much like I show off how cool he is to my friends. So it really works out well, All right, here we go. Late night with Beth sounds good. Okay, people are liking it. So maybe we'll do more of that. Now again, to be really clear, I got 2 minutes left of today, and then I'm totally, happily shutting off the Christmas lights, going to bed. Going to give a little snuggle to my Felix teddy bear, and I'll probably be scrolling on TikTok. That's what I do. Okay? Tenacious J, you tamed your purse. I love it. I can easily find things now. Okay? I love it. And thank you for everybody who's telling me it was Delilah. Okay. So a couple of things. We got a minute. I am going to be showing up for, get this, 18 more TikTok lives between tomorrow morning and Friday morning. If you want to show up for them, you know what it's going to be like. It's going to be pretty much like this. I highly encourage you to use the time that I have scheduled to do a TikTok live, that if you're available, show up, but don't just passively receive what I'm sending. Be an active participant in what's going on. So many people have decluttered and declutter while I'm doing a TikTok live that you can too. Okay? If you want to know the times, I am being sassy and I'm not going to tell you the times because the reason I am here is to encourage you to sign up for my mailing list so that we can stay in touch if TikTok goes dark. Next week, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be traveling, so I won't even know what the deal is. Well, I'll probably hear it, like, through the internet, what happens, but I can't actively do anything until I get home, like on the 28th. I say that to you because the first thing I will most likely do is send an email out to people to say, okay, here's the plan, but I can't make that plan till I know what it is. If you don't want to hang out, you don't want to join my mailing list, totally cool. This is all up to you, okay? This is all up to you, all right? So, somebody said 20K. I think I got some 20K people. Good stuff. I love when I see people connecting here. Again, if you see somebody that you've had like a nice conversation with in the comments here, don't let that just go. If you want to reach out to them, send somebody an email. Send somebody like a DM here on TikTok. Maybe follow them back. I don't quite know how it works. Okay? Yay, so many people have gotten some stuff done. Delilah's still on the radio. Too funny. Too funny. Alrighty. I would love to sit here and chat with you guys. I really would. Joy says she's been decluttering since your last live. I'm on a roll. All right. Thank you and good night. All right. I'm going to sign off right now. Today has been really fun. Tomorrow will be fun too. Okay? I'm going to go honk shoes. All right? Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Bye-bye.